Big D Entertainment, in association with Dipsy Doodle Productions, presents the Dave Holly Hour, brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Chasers Food and Spirits, XL Chiropractic, and Quality Nails. The Dave Holly Hour features Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment Conversations. A true lover of arts, entertainment, good food, and fun times, including an occasional Jack Daniels. Okay, so a few Jack Daniels. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Welcome, everyone, to the first show of 2026. And while it's still fresh in the melon, Happy New Year! With that being said, the new year will bring with it some changes to this show. You will continue to enjoy great conversations. Small standbys from early days of the show will return, most especially Dave's Faves. Changes will begin once the show's website is fully updated, as we're going to be doing with all Big D Entertainment sites. The show website will be adding several new features, including a merch page and promotions where you just might find yourself winning some of that merch. Meanwhile, I will once again be hosting the annual Funniest Person of the Year comedy competition Friday night at the Icon Event Hall in downtown Sioux Falls. Doors open at 7, show starts at 8. I had a blast doing this last year, and I have no doubt that the 11 area comics will be bringing their A game tomorrow night. Tickets, $20. You can grab a premium seat for only $25. Now, one of the competitors will be Adam Goodge. He will be joining us in just a few minutes to talk about his style of comedy, his art, and how he puts those two together on stage. Later in the hour, we talk to arts lover Graham Wilson about his latest achievement, that of joining the mighty Corson Art Player Board of Directors. But first, let's pop the cork on this bubbly little show.
Time to grab your favorite beverage, lift it high, and toast it to being Thursday, a.k.a. Weekend Eve.
Hey, the weekend isn't around the corner, it's here!
So long, hump day and your frumpy way. We say hello to Thursdays with opening nights. The weekend is near and we can see the bright lights. Yes, Thursday, you're so hearty, we can't wait for Friday, so a day early, we start the party.
Whatever your beverage is this week, of course, mine would be the usual. It's a Jack Daniels Diet Coke with a lime, and we call that Jasper Newton. Lift it high and salute to laughter being the best medicine. There are many studies that show tremendous health benefits both physically and mentally. And I encourage you to get out there, find some way to laugh. Even if it's making fun of something you shouldn't be making fun of, just so it gets you to giggle. And then that provides endorphins and all this other stuff that happen. So, laughter, we give you cheers. The Weekend Eve Toast, brought to you by Chasers, West 12th and Ellis Road. Stop in for great food, great beverages, and fun times. Monday nights at 7, we play Dave Holly Hour Trivia. Monday's theme will be centered around January 12th being the too often ignored National Glazed Donut Day. Should be sweet. As always, Mondays are fun at Chasers, your neighborhood gathering place. Honorable mention. What made Dave laugh, chuckle, chortle, downright slap my knee silly, or simply fill my heart with happiness? Oh, what a great time. My love and I took in the Old Town Dinner Theater's production of the Savannah Sipping Society last weekend with our dear friend Richard Corelli. The play itself is very well written, and the four very talented actors that played four very different Southern ladies carried it off in an amazing way that ended in one of the most thunderous standing ovations at Old Town. 4 bravos from me, 1 each from Mindy Fisher, Terry Zerpus, Rose Reed, and Ruthie Potratz. Later in the show, MCAP board member Graham Wilson. In just a moment, comic Adam Goodge on the Dave Holly Hour. Trio Jazz Club is an intimate music venue in the heart of Sioux Falls. It's family-owned and family-run. Ricardo and Mary Beth and the entire staff provide the art of hospitality, while the best local and regional musicians provide the smooth sounds. It's a great vibe with live music Tuesday through Saturday nights. The chefs and mixologists offer an amazing menu and beer and wine lists. Cocktails as smooth as the jazz. Join the club, Trio Jazz Club, across from the Washington Pavilion. Enter as friends, leave as family.
Ladies, when it's time to give your nails some love, get that extra special treatment from Quality Nails in Sioux Falls. Manicures and pedicures that look great and make you feel fantastic. Zaya and Tony don't simply provide the service, they provide professional care for your hands and feet, whether you just want the basics or you're looking for an extra special look with added flair. Oh, and guys, it's okay to treat yourself too. Quality Nails on Minnesota Avenue. Call for an appointment, 605-334-1463. Walk-ins welcome.
The Dave Holly Hour, like eavesdropping on a great conversation between two very interesting people.
Welcome back, everybody, and oh, what a way to start off the new year on the Dave Holly Hour by having a great guest that's going to be in a competition tomorrow night because he won his way back into it. It'll be his return for the 2025 now. Funniest person of the year in Sioux Falls. Adam Goodge, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Dave?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's so fun and great to see you. And
great to see you, too.
And, you know, you are a comic, but you are also an artist, and you intertwine the two.
Yes.
You know, it's great. I mean, I recall seeing you for the first time and doing your bit, and it's like, what is he doing? And then it's like, wow. That's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah.
Is that what you used again to get in?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's become a part of who I am. I didn't start doing drawings right away. It was about a year into me doing stand-up that I started doing drawings. But I remember the first time I brought an easel on stage, everyone moved up to the front row, and I was like, I think I'm onto something.
Right. You know, you don't think of it from that perspective then, do you?
Right.
Oh, I got him close. Let's go for it now. So it's going to be interesting because you got in late.
I did, yes.
Yes, you won the December competition for the Larry Brinkman Award, didn't you?
I did, yes. I really had to sweat it.
Yeah. And there's a lot of familiar faces from last year that will be in it once again.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And then what's great about it is, you know, and there's various ways to look at this. Some people go, well, you know, if somebody's really good, don't we get a chance to see them? You know, and maybe they can win 2 times in a row. No, you can't. If you won last year, you do not compete next year, but you get to come back and you know, put on an encore performance.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. And so last year, because I'm repeating something too. I'm going to be the host again this year.
Yeah.
As I was last year, and had a blast doing that.
Yeah. You were perfect. And so sharply dressed.
Right. And I believe I wore a pork pie hat that night.
You did, yes.
You were always sporting a hat.
Yes, I'm a hat guy as well.
Yep. And, well, I'll have to show you the hat wall over there.
Oh, I can't wait. That's going to be exciting.
Got some classics. Got some. We don't wear them in public because they were really expensive type.
Oh, sure.
Or we don't wear them in public very often, I should say.
Right.
Yeah. And so it's always fun to see you. And, you know, I just love the fact that you have the comedy and the art, and you put them together. But before we start talking more about the comedy competition, I want to talk about your art. Recently, you put out something on social media about, hey, you know, I'm doing some commission work now. If you have anything, let me know. So I sent you a note and told you what I was looking for. And then you said, okay, you want, you know, digital, you want, the actual drawing, and it's like, you know what? I'd take one of both.
Yeah.
So first you send me the digital, and I absolutely love that. It was so fun and bright.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. And then I love the way you put me in a bow tie, and then on the bow tie, Dave Holly. I just thought that was really, really fun. And then today, you bring me this drawing, which is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
It's more than I asked for, even.
Oh, really? Good.
Basically, I was just kind of wanting one of me with the headphones on and with the microphone. And you told me that you did a few different versions of this first.
I did, yes.
And some iterations, and it led you to saying, just need something else. Well, we have plenty of something else's on here. You can see the computer monitor in the background. There's the 2 bottles of the water that I have. It doesn't say, it doesn't have my label on it, but just the idea, it's like, okay, those are the style of bottles. And I have 3 little notebooks over here. You have those with flags coming out. You have the boom microphone coming down, and then even show a plug for the end of the microphone wire. And the mascot of all things Big D Entertainment, of course, is Charlie. And
of course.
You have Charlie in my lap. I'm wearing a polo, quite like I often do. And on that polo is the number 300 to commemorate my 300th episode a few weeks back. And then there's this little Hawaiian gal in a hula skirt. And that's just fun.
Right, yeah. You got to have some fun.
Yeah. So
as much fun as possible.
Exactly. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. This is just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
I mean, when you reached out and said you wanted my artwork, that I take that very seriously. Mm-hmm. And it's a huge compliment to me. And I was like, well, I can't give him trash. Not that I give out trash. But,
right.
So I had to rework the drawing several times until I was satisfied with it. And finally I was like, it needs an environment. He needs to be surrounded by all of his things. And
yeah. And that is the environment. Oh, even some of the bottles on the floor and tipped over. Oh, my goodness. So you have fun doing that, and you have fun doing stand-up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What is it about winning the Larry Brinkman besides getting into the final then? What is it about that gets you fired up to go want to do this?
Oh, well, it's tough because, as a stand-up comedian, it's hard to, you have good shows and you have bad shows, mm-hmm. and sometimes you feel like you're just treading water. So,
right.
So it's nice to get like a little marker or an achievement that says like, hey, you're on the right path. You're mm-hmm. You're improving. You did great. And to get the Brinkman, it's like you get kind of revitalized and you're like, okay, now I know that what I'm doing is good and I'm excited to get back in the game and compete some more.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a huge fan of competitive comedy. I think that comedy should just be fun, but
right.
when you win it, it is pretty fun. I got to say that.
Right. and that's always a great thing. And this is taking place tomorrow night then. Friday, January 9th. I had almost said June 9th earlier. But Friday, January 9th at the Icon. And you can get your tickets at the door. I believe there's a couple spots. Get them online, too.
Yeah.
And then we will have 12 competitors. Or is there one or two missing from some months?
So there was a compete winner or a repeat winner. So I looked it up, and we've got 11 competitors, and then Jacob will be returning for his
Jacob Womack. Yeah.
So there'll be 12 comics total.
Yeah, and if they ask you what order you'd like to be in, put yourself in the second half this year.
Yes.
You were the final comic before intermission.
Yes. Yeah.
And I thought you brought the house down, and it's like,
thank you.
Oh, I was predicting you.
Thank you
to win it, and then we take intermission, and the audience had a few more drinks.
Yep.
And it got a little more loud, and the fun thing is, This is judged by three people
Right.
anonymously out in the audience. There's not three judges sitting on a platform, and
Right.
we do the, carry on Anapa. What did you think? And all that stuff. But it is just fun anyway. But it is a competition. And of course, I wish you the best of luck, but I also have to wish everybody else. And, I've got some friends that are on that.
Oh, absolutely.
And there are a few that are back from last year. So it's going to be a great, great time tomorrow night. And it is at the Icon, and it'll be over in the what they refer to as the event hall. Yeah, and it's a wonderful place.
It is, really. It's probably the best room there to do comedy.
Right. But I do have one problem this year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Alicia Rain made it. And last year she hadn't.
Oh,
And, I have some disabilities. And there's no real steps to
Oh, yeah.
to the platform. And so Alicia would come over. She saw me trying to finagle everything, and she would come over and help me get up and get me off the stage too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That was
gonna
super
have
nice
to
of
find.
her.
Yeah, we'll have to find somebody else that's
Absolutely.
feels sad for Dave.
All you need is a personal assistant.
There we go. That's what I need, or Charlie.
Right.
So you said you're going to have the art in it again.
Of course.
Is that just a standard for you now that anytime you do a set, there's going to be art in it?
I will say, so every Tuesday we do open mic at Icon called MyCon. It's a lot of fun. It's comedy only mic. And I usually don't do drawings there because I try and work on the actual form of stand-up. But
Okay.
when I want to try new drawings, I'll do them there. But I usually reserve the drawings for either competitions or paid gigs.
Okay. Yeah, because I've noticed, that's a lot of what people say about the open mics. They're usually trying something new.
Yes.
And they just want to get a lot of reaction and things along that line.
Right.
So how does that compare, just doing an open mic, to doing the Larry Brinkman in order to get into the funniest person of the year?
It's I gotta say, the mood is different. That is for sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot more. It feels serious, but the audience wins because we come with our best material, like it's stuff that we've tried, we've rehearsed, we've practiced, we've known that it wins and gets laughs. Whereas the open mics are kind of like you get to see us workshop jokes, like you might see us like trying to figure out the best way to do a joke. And if you come to it regularly, you get to see kind of the evolution of that joke. And you can be like,
True.
I remember when
Yeah.
I first tried that bit.
Yeah, and it maybe fell flat the first time.
Yeah, usually
But
does.
you well, or if not, you get a little bit of encouragement out of it sometimes.
Right.
Just like the last time I did stand up with Zach Dresch this
yeah.
past summer, there was one bit that it's like I really thought I was gonna get some great reaction with it. Nada. It's like, okay. Now I didn't say immediately cut that. Just don't even do it. I've been thinking about it ever since. And how can I make it more humorous and get those laughs? So I'm working on that. But, there's just so many other things to cover. And,
Right.
How full is your notebook for ideas,
Oh my gosh.
whether digital or hand?
Well, this notebook here it's got it's all hand drawings, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's about full. Actually, I'm down to like 3 pages left.
Wow.
Writing is a pretty regular form of my life. I try and write. Even when I'm at work, I'm like trying to think of jokes and stuff. So every day I try and write a little something or just record something that was funny, but I haven't figured out why yet. So I try and write pretty regularly. I'm almost done with my second comedy notebook now. And I have like 2 larger ones that I'm like halfway through. So it's a lot of ideas that I write down, but it's kind of you only see the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. And what do you think it takes, because a lot of people think of comedy if they don't really understand stand-up. Oh, you tell jokes. And it's like, well, maybe that's what I started as a kid,
Right.
and got laughs, and that encouraged me. And then you start, paying attention to what actually happens when you do a set for stand up.
Right.
And what makes, what's the magic for you? Do you have a particular formula after you've written down that first idea as to how it comes to be a bit?
Well, for me, I do a lot of backwards writing. Like I usually come up with the punchline, and then I'm like, okay, how do I build to that?
Right.
So I start with the funny idea, and then I work backwards, and I'm like, okay, well, we have to add suspense, maybe some misdirection, timing, and just kind of build it to the point where it gets the laugh that it deserves. Because a punchline's nothing without a good setup, really.
True. Yeah.
So,
And at what point did you learn about doing callbacks?
so I've been listening to stand-up pretty much my whole life, but I didn't actually learn about callbacks probably until I started seriously doing stand-up. Like, I always knew there was magic to, like, bringing back a joke that you had mentioned earlier, but I didn't know what it was called. And then when I heard someone, it might have even been Zach Dresch who said it first to me, but the word callback, and I was like, that's what that is.
Yeah.
And it really is magical because it's like letting someone in on just a secret, like a little secret you guys had.
Yeah. And what I like about it is, for me, it tells me how advanced somebody is in doing stand-up. Some will get up, especially first-time people at a mic, open mic, and they'll be thinking that they've got some cool stuff, so let's try it.
Right.
They'll get a little bit, and then they come back, and then maybe at some point they open for somebody or host a show, and then it's all of a sudden, hey, can you be a feature for me?
Right.
And then you got to start thinking, okay, I'm not just doing 5 minutes here. I'm doing about 20 probably.
Right.
Or if you're me and Zach says, hey, can you give me 20 to 25 minutes? And 40 minutes after you take the stage, you get off. I have a way of babbling. But, to get that, when I hear a callback, I'm like, oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Because it was a great bit that you'd already done.
Right.
And then when it comes back, it makes it even better.
It is, yeah. It's very rewarding because you're like, I remember that, and it was funny the first time. It's twice as funny now.
Yeah.
It made me remember it again.
What's the one thing that when you perform, you hope people get out of it besides being entertained and laughing and so forth? But what do you hope that they walk away and when they talk about you to say, hey, you really got to go see Adam Goodge sometime?
So for me, my goal always is as an artist and a comedian is to inspire people. So if I can get people like interested in stand up and they're like, maybe I'll try it someday, or I know a friend who's always wanted to do it, and this guy does something that they would really enjoy. Like my goal is always to inspire people, and of course to spread joy.
Right. Yeah, and that's a great answer to that question.
Well, thank you.
So, how are you with all the people that are in the comedy scene here in Sioux Falls? And the surrounding area, Jacob's from the Brookings area, and I believe Tony Tubes.
He's from Aberdeen.
Aberdeen, yeah. So he comes down to here to perform, and I know that everybody typically goes up to Watertown. They go to Sioux City.
Yep.
And, driving distance places, not necessarily overnight stays.
Right.
Yeah. And, but it seems like there is such great camaraderie in comedy, at least local. I have heard that, you get down to maybe Omaha, Des Moines, and so forth, becomes a little bit more competitive.
Yes.
But what I've always noticed here is that people will help each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I know that after the first time that I did an open mic, Nathan Holtz said, "Hey, you got some good stuff. I hope to hear more of it." And that was huge. And that was a great open mic. Dan Bublitz was in it.
Oh, wow.
Zach was hosting it.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's see. Skylar Bulks was there.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
that's a big name.
Yeah. In fact, I was between Skylar and Bublitz. And then I took a press kit class from Dan Bublitz. And he was talking about, you need to say that you've opened for so-and-so or, things along that line.
Yeah.
And excuse me, I got it in reverse. It was Bublitz and then me and then Skylar.
Oh, okay.
And so in that class I said, so Dan, does that mean that at that first open mic I did and you were before me that you opened for me?
Well, that's one way to put it. Yeah,
exactly. You ever find yourself just, while you're getting ready for your set, you're getting ready to go on, and all of a sudden something pops and you go, "Oh, I got to get this in. I have to make this fit somehow."
Yes.
How do you do it?
That's tough. Like, I mean, so I've been doing stand-up over 4 years now, and I'm always learning new things, and I'm pretty strict to, if I have a time limit, I will fill that time limit with jokes, and then I'll usually come up with one right before I go on stage, and I'm like, well, now I got to cut something,
Right.
But I always like to start with a joke that's relevant. So if I came up with it recently, it's probably because I heard it from, or I want to bounce a joke off of something that a comedian said before me. Mm-hmm. And that's a really great way to start, especially if it's like a short and sweet joke.
True. Yeah.
And then it's kind of a callback to their material. And then it just feels like a seamless transition between the comics.
What's out there right now in terms of what's happening with society and what's happening in the world in general that you're sitting there thinking, okay, yeah, this is horrible what the world's going through right now and so forth. But
right.
What's that silver lining in there that maybe we would hear from you?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I got to say, yeah, sometimes it's a struggle to stay positive, especially if you watch news at any point, because news is always so negative, it seems like. For the longest time, I did a lot of political cartoons, and that kind of helped me kind of find the humor in things. Even if it's dark humor at times, I feel like you really have to laugh your way through some situations.
True. And yeah, exactly. Laugh through it. In fact, I remember something I said back in the, long time ago when I worked at DeKello AM, and then 9/11 comes along.
Oh, gosh.
And so for, a good week, it was just, the drama of 9/11, and everybody's talking about that. And then Friday rolls along that week, and there were a couple of comics that had come in to talk about their comedy show that was going to be Friday night and Saturday night. They had double day booking. And I was talking to them and we brought it up and so forth. And of course they weren't going to do anything that would be disparaging to what took place and so forth. But I remember after they had left, and then I was, wrapping up my show at the end, saying, yeah, some of you might think, not the time. I said, I did that because I think some of us need to laugh and have, a little bit of spirit come back to us and so forth. And I can't remember the gal's name, but very, very funny. And she talked about her mother had just gotten a cell phone. Oh. And so she calls her mom, and her mom answers and says, "How did you know I was at Walmart?" Oh, how things have changed in that regard.
Right.
What is maybe one particular subject that you really love to talk about?
Oh, I try and I find that a lot of times I absorb things from Netflix. I feel like. So, in fact, recently we went to Omaha to see the crew of Ancient Aliens.
Yeah.
And I've tried several bits about the Ancient Aliens group because it's just fun, right? It's interesting to talk about for me, and it's also fun because you got to indulge in the crazy sometimes. And, and so I do end up regurgitating a lot from what I see from Netflix. I'm like, let's talk about this new series I'm watching.
A fan of Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, my girlfriend Sarah Manson, she's a big fan. I kind of missed the boat on that one, but I'm learning now that I should have watched it back.
Yeah. Well, I remember the first time. In fact, I was at an improv practice, and a couple of people were huge fans of it. Then I didn't even know about the show at this point. Oh yeah, we got to go watch that, don't we? Yeah, because it's the season 2 premiere tonight. And so I'm like, well, what's this? Oh, Stranger Things. You haven't watched it? You know, and the usual banter back and forth when people can't believe that one of their absolute favorite shows of all time or movie of all time or song of all time. What do you haven't? You know, and you get that, and it's just like, well, hey, you know, hold off. First of all, I'm a lot older. And then it's just one of those that you start and go, you look at each other and go, what do you think? And it's always the same answer. I think we should give it another shot, you know, see what and then all of a sudden things start to make sense. And then you're sucked in.
Yep. Yeah. After 3 episodes, you're like, now I have to divulge my life to watching this.
Yeah, exactly. So you have a couple of them in your house that you watch then.
Yes. Yeah. Now we're watching Unexplained with William Shatner. And that is a joy.
Yeah. And the one that we watch when we go to bed and fall asleep to it, and then the next night you know, pick up the one that you fell asleep to and go from there.
Yep.
Is Miracles at the Museum.
Oh, I don't know.
It was on HBO originally. I think the Travel Channel now runs it quite a bit.
Oh.
And we make fun of it a lot, but it's very cool and very interesting. You know, the guy that hosts it will start off with located in such and such, a town that does this, a town that does that. And then you walk into the such and such museum, and it's about every topic you can imagine. And starts off, they'll name 3 things that are in the museum that are usually big displays and so forth. But now, in the back row of the book section there, you know, there was this marker that comes out of it, and it explains a lot about George Washington. You know?
Oh, my God.
And then they always talk to the curator or the librarian, executive director, and so forth about these things. And they always start with this description, and it's always measured. Well, it's a cloth item, about 5 inches by 9 inches, brown, and has early screen print on it. And then it goes to the story about this, and you're sitting there thinking, okay, what's this going to be? And then it's like, oh, wow, that was really cool.
Right.
Yeah, so you get a lot of that. But so that's what we've been binging of late, as well as a few other shows.
Very cool.
Yeah, but, you know, that in and of itself has become such a topic, binging.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and, you know, then, of course, I know that some people that are like me, a little overweight, you know, they will talk about binging and going, yeah, on pizza.
You can do both.
Yeah.
Binge Netflix and pizza at the same time.
There you go.
It's a double win.
Well, what was it? Was it the USA Network that used to have dinner and a movie?
Oh, yeah, that might be right. Yeah.
I can't remember, but that was always great. So what are you most excited about with your comedy career and your art career moving forward?
So as I said, I try and blend the two, stand up and or comedy and art. And it's been my goal to make some sort of book, like whether that be a picture book or just something that I can get my humor onto a page with some drawings, and then maybe, I don't know, get it into Zambros or something.
Mm-hmm.
I also would love to start doing like sketch comedy, things like that. I'm always writing.
Got me in.
I would love to get on board with writing skits, performing them, doing things like that. Maybe getting. I've done some acting also in a couple movies, and I'd like to do more of that.
Right.
Maybe even dip my hands into directing if I can, but I don't know a lot about that world. I'm interested in it. So
may I ask how old you are?
Oh, I am 37.
Okay. So you got a lot of time yet that you can be creative.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, I know. I'm 63 now, and I still like creating, and it's fun to see how things have gone from this to this to this, and now it's like, okay, and then all of a sudden your wife says, you need to pick one or the other between these two. What are you going to do? Oh, you're kidding me. And it's usually the podcast or
right.
It's like, oh, come on. That's not even a fair one.
Right.
Give me two offbeat things that
yeah.
Got to decide on.
Yeah. I almost feel like just the art of creating in itself is just the reward.
Yes. And I'm so glad that we've started to use that word for artists, whether it be a performing artist or a fine art artist, visual artist, photography, and so forth. And it's just like all of us are creative. And honestly, I don't see an end to my creativity.
Right.
I just wish that I had more of it back when I was 37.
Right.
But then, back then there wasn't such a thing as a podcast either.
Sure. Yeah.
So I was still in radio. Yeah.
I get that too, because I started doing stand-up when I was 33, and I thought I was always thinking, God, if I could have just done this when I was like in my early 20s. But I think that's always the thought, is we look back and think, oh, if we could be where we were.
Well, like I said, it's interesting how life moves along for you, and what you decide is important and what you decide isn't important. I love to karaoke, and I actually do love to sing, but I never considered myself a singer. I knew I had a decent voice for speaking.
Sure.
But I grew up in the shadow of someone older than me in the household that was a very good singer.
Oh.
Very good showman. And so I didn't do much of it. And then all of a sudden, a few years back, at the age of 58, I wanted to make sure that my range singing in karaoke went from 8 notes to 16. And so I accomplished that, taking voice lessons for the first time in my life at the age of 58.
Wow. That's
and I
awesome.
loved it. and I know it's improved, and it's just been fun to be able to consider that. And
absolutely, yeah.
And I'm still doing things. I love doing the podcast. I love producing other people's podcasts and doing voice work for people. So I'm still creating.
You do have a wonderful voice.
Oh, I appreciate
Very
that, man.
soothing to listen to.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate listening to you, because it's just always such a pleasant time. I love your comedy. I love your style. I love your artwork. And again, thank you for what you did for me. This one, the drawing that's a personal thing. The digital one, that's humorous, bright, fun. That's becoming a logo of some sort.
Absolutely. That was my goal. I was like, I want him to be able to use this as a logo.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make it as reflective of your personality as possible.
Yeah. Well, and thank you, man. It's just fantastic. So I wish you luck for tomorrow night's competition.
Thank you very much.
You have been on a few times now, so you start to get different questions than the old traditionals.
Okay.
All righty. So what's your spirit animal?
Oh my gosh. Ooh, there's so many animals, so many good animals to choose from. And I know this is not probably what I've thought about this quite a bit, actually, growing up. Like, as a kid, I always thought that bats were cool, but maybe that's because I liked Batman.
Yeah.
I almost feel like nowadays it's more of like a dolphin, because dolphins, they're very playful animals.
Right.
You know, they love to swim. I mean, they have to, but I love to swim, and you know, they're just very playful creatures. They're very intelligent, which I can be at times, but I don't know. I think that a dolphin is what, if I could be reincarnated, I'd like to be one of those, because they're just great pack animals. They play games all the time, and they look like they have a grand old time.
All right. Well, Adam Goodge, always great to see you, and
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing you on stage tomorrow night. And you know, I have to be non-judgmental and so forth. Remember that.
You can still have your favorites in secret.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, and regardless, everybody will get laughs out of you. They'll get applause. So it's just going to be a fun night. What time does it start tomorrow night?
I believe it starts doors might be at 7, and then I believe the show starts at 8.
Okay.
We'll have to double check on that one. That's the one fact I did not write down.
All right. Again, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
And for your art.
And you can check out SiouxFallsComedy.com for upcoming events, and they will have all the event information for tomorrow night on there.
Right.
So feel free to check that out.
Buy your tickets.
And buy your tickets. Please buy tickets, because it's better. You get a deal if it's advanced. If you buy them advanced, you pay less than you do at the door, and then everybody wins. Like,
exactly. Yeah, although there will be one winner.
One official winner.
Yes, and I can say, oh, yeah, I opened for him.
Right.
Or her. There are some females in there.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you again. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Anytime. And we will be back with more of the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment. The unofficial director of cannoli sales, Dan Heyer, is back at Trio tonight with his dynamic quartet with special guest Mike Sertzka. One show, 6:30. Friday night, tickets are still available for the 9 o'clock show for BRB, as it's the Al Bourbon Birthday Experience. Latitude Ensemble will be sharing their rich tapestry of Latin American music on Saturday night. 6:30 is sold out. Still tickets available for the 9 p.m. Andrew Billion hits the Trio stage Tuesday night for his second appearance. One show at 6:30. Then Wednesday, the Shamrockers, led by Mike Connor on guitar, play one show at 6:30. For more information and tickets, go online, triojazzclub.com.
It's the podcast that creatives in the Sioux Empire listen to so they can learn more about other creatives. It's the Dave Holly Hour.
Welcome back, everyone. I am so happy that we're back after a 3-week layoff for the holidays. Got well rested, got recharged, and now ready to get back into the business of talking about Sioux Empire arts and entertainment, of which I am always happy to talk about. And today, well, he's been on the show before, more of, let's say, an observant of the arts in town, a major person in terms of going to things, too, which helps support all the arts in Sioux Falls and the surrounding area. In fact, now, talking about the surrounding area, well, it's not far. It's Corson. Mighty Corson Arts Players. Graham Wilson, welcome back this time as an official person, being on the board for MCAP.
Oh, it's good. It's good to be back, Dave.
Yeah,
it's. I do have to say, if I have to sum up my experience so far, it's been a learning experience.
They always are, aren't they? Well, let's go back. The first time you were on, We did it from Melissa's patio.
Yep.
Yeah, there were a whole bunch of us sitting around just talking about, what we felt the state of the arts was.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel it's gone up even more since then? Because we were all pretty positive about things.
Yeah, I think so. I like the way it's developing. The camaraderie is always good to see, and that's only increased. The availability. I mean, we've got multiples of new theater companies that have opened in the last year or two. Some have shut down, but more have definitely opened. So it's nice to see kind of everybody kind of spreading out and spreading their wings and trying new things. So,
as are you. You've become a board member for MCAP.
Yes.
Yep. What made you want to become one?
It's a complicated question. Well, not necessarily complicated, but ever since I started going to MCAP for shows and then volunteering and things of that sort, there was just something different about that theater. And that's not to say that the other theaters aren't good, that they don't do good work, that I don't enjoy the people involved, that I don't enjoy the plays, but there was just something different about MCAP that it's even at this point, it's hard for me to put in words. There's a sense of community, of family, of just kind of that camaraderie I spoke about before. It just seems like it just resonated with me a little more. So,
all right, you've been on board already for 2 of the shows, 2 out of the 3 for the season. And so how have you felt in terms of how those have come off, first of all, and how they relate to the board and what the board helps with in the productions?
So I think they've both, at least the 2 that I've been involved with so far at the board level, I think they've gone over really well. They've been very enjoyable, both from, the audience perspective, which I still have. But it's been interesting to see a lot of the back end stuff that I didn't get to see before.
Yeah.
That's the part that is, I don't want to say it surprises me, but it surprised me how much I didn't expect, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Is it obviously more, but does it meet the expectations if you would have been thinking about those?
It does. It does. A lot of it. So like, for instance, there's a lot of the pieces that I didn't get to experience as much as I have since I joined. The perfect example is not being an actor myself. I didn't go to a lot of auditions. So I, wasn't really, familiar with a lot of the background processes. I mean, I understood the general nature of it. I mean, you can't be involved in theater in any way, shape, or form without at least knowing somewhat about them. But being able to see all the background deliberations, all the talking about, all the setup, all the details that go into it, that just in a perfect world you don't even notice, which I didn't. It's been eye-opening.
Ox, that's I tell you, that's always an experience when you get involved in a board. And you're right, it does become eye-opening in many, many ways. So tell us, have they tabbed you to be a chair of anything yet, or what all have you been working on as a board member?
Yeah, so right before I joined, and there were several of us that kind of joined around the same time, they kind of did a revamp of kind of the roles and responsibilities of how everything was divvied up, things of that sort. And so basically the way it's set up now is everybody's kind of got their focus or their thing that they're ahead of. That's not to say we can't pull other people in to help, but that's kind of, we're the go-to person for that one. And so for me, mine is front of house. So,
and I know you've volunteered that many times there, so it's a good fit for you then.
Yeah.
So tell us, the board makeup and so forth, the names of people and what they, are they old members, they new members?
I'd say at this point it's about half and half. So we have 3-year terms. and they're staggered, so that
Right.
way you have a little bit of continuity as people come and go, if they choose to. There's nothing saying there's no like term limits or anything like
Right.
that, but it's a time consuming thing. So, you know, people have, especially once you have families and that kind of stuff, where, you know, it's, you know, you kind of have to evaluate your time goes. So, yeah, I'd say it's about half and half between new and old or veteran, or however you want to phrase it.
That's always a good one. Instead of just saying the old guard.
Yeah.
So how often do you meet as a board?
We meet at a minimum once a month, and in a full meeting, but we also have constant communication going on through
Right.
other methods, email, text messaging, that kind of stuff.
Boy,
So-
what a difference that has made in
Oh, yeah.
being on boards and so forth.
Oh, yeah.
The ability to always be in contact in one way or another, which is right up your alley because you are a tech man.
Mhm.
Yeah. So with the technology knowledge that you have, is that something you're helping with as well when it comes to MCAP?
Yeah, we're doing some revamp of some stuff. We've got a few things that they've wanted to do for a while that we've got in place. We've got a new digital menu board that we put up, that we're doing some advertising on, things of that sort. Talking about some other stuff going forward, but you know, it's as with anything else, it all comes down to
Right.
money. So while I'd like to do everything all at once, it's like, oh no, we gotta spread this out a bit.
That is a huge focus for community theater, isn't it? The,
Yep.
the fundraising. Any big plans for a particular type special for the upcoming season then, or is it just going to be more of we go out and try to find sponsors and?
For the season, the regular spring production we have coming up, fundraising is going to be pretty similar. However, we do have a fundraising event coming up next weekend, actually.
Oh my, what could that be?
What could that be? On Saturday the 24th, we've got a karaoke night coming up. So
Yes.
free to attend. We'll have concessions though, places to donate. The focus on this particular fundraising effort is going to be our HVAC system. It needs some TLC.
Yeah.
It's an old building, so it needs some TLC to kind of make everybody comfortable and keep everybody comfortable. So that's what we're focusing this round on.
Well, that's going to fit in perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I have something earlier in the afternoon, but this will start up like at 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that'll be right before, I'll have Sunday off, but then Monday I'll be flying to Nashville to record my second hit.
There you go.
So it'll be good practice.
Yeah. Get a little rehearsal time, free rehearsal time in.
And by my second hit, if you go to the Ryman Auditorium, you can pay $15 to pretty much sing karaoke, but they'll put it on digital for you and so forth. And, you can get a nice picture taken. And it's pretty fun.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah. And it's always fun to karaoke. And I think that's what I love about it, because let's talk about your advancement in karaoke and even being on stage of any sort. When we first met you and started hanging around and getting to karaoke places, at most, you would sing Tequila.
Yep.
Dun, 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 and then Tequila. And that was pretty much Graham's go-to, and it became quite humorous, and everybody expected it every time. And then he starts getting into it a little bit more. Starts with some of the songs that most of us don't attempt. And then he takes some voice lessons and so forth. And all of a sudden, this man has confidence. And he's up there singing things we never thought you would sing, and participating as much as you can. Yeah. So what's made that difference?
I think you kind of hit it on the head. A lot of it is confidence. A lot of it is repetition. A lot of it is, the understanding that, not logically, because I knew logically that it wasn't going to happen, but there's that emotional side where you're like, oh, I get up there and people are going to laugh at you, or they're going to boo you off stage, or, just that stage fright piece,
right?
Which I won't lie is still there in a lot of ways on other things. But I think a lot of it's just time, time, experience, repetition. Like most people that don't record for a living or sing for a living or things of that sort. I think many of the listeners can understand that they're
Very
not
true.
a big fan of the sound of their own voice when it's recorded, because it's different than what you hear, and so there's a little bit of dysmorphia there.
Yeah.
So
if you're one of those that can say after your first time you've been recorded and you listen back to it and say, "Oh man, I'm great," you're a liar.
Yep. So, getting over that, not feeling like I'm as nasally as I am, I guess, because that's the big thing, especially with males is you get a lot more bass. You hear a lot more bass in your own voice than you actually
provide. Yep.
Yeah.
Very true.
Resonance. So,
yeah, I remember even back when I was a senior in high school and was so interested in radio, and I recorded a bunch of stuff just for practice. And it's like, oh, ow, I didn't think that was like that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that's back before we had digital. And so on analog, it really gives you a true test of what other people might be hearing versus what you think you're hearing and how you sound. But anyway, so when it comes up to this date on the 24th,
mm-hmm.
What will you be doing? Will you be organizing it? Are you participating in it for sure? What?
At that night, I'm just a participant. So,
there we go.
So I'll be up there singing with everybody else.
Okay.
So.
Any hints as to what we might hear from your repertoire?
I've got a couple new ones or newer ones. I don't think you've heard me sing them yet.
Okay.
So,
are you going to tell me? Or do I have to wait?
I think those two you might have to wait on.
All right, then I will. Yeah.
But a lot of, depending on how many people there, obviously, with karaoke, it's hit or miss. How many you get to sing.
Mm-hmm.
But, because of my vocal range, I tend to do a lot of Sinatra,
Right. Yep.
And then
see, that's what it starts with. Is you want to be comfortable in the notes you hit, and that's why at the age of 58. Now, 5 years prior, I took voice lessons, actual singing voice lessons. I had taken some vocal voice lessons for my speaking voice. I knew I had a decent speaking voice. I love to sing and I love karaoke, but I basically had eight notes.
Mm-hmm.
So the late Amy Morrison was kind enough to teach me and learned so much about people's voices, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
But then as well, we got from 8 notes to 16. So I have a few more songs I can throw in on the set list now. And that makes it very enjoyable. Yeah.
It is. It's that's one thing that it surprises me that I would say it at this point, is that I look forward to trying new songs.
Oh, yeah.
That's not to say I don't, still get nervous about them or practice ahead of time or things of that sort. But it's nice not to have to stick to the same 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah. I, of course, have some advantages having my own studio as to if I decide to rehearse something.
Mm-hmm.
But it is surprising how many times I think that, hey, this is a song I can do, and then pull it up, give it a shot, and sing along, and then compare. I'll take out the voice tracks of the actual artist, put mine in, and go, maybe, oh, definitely, or ooh, stay away. What are you looking forward to the most while being in MCAP as a board member?
I would say just kind of an extension of what I'm doing now, just doing what I can to help. I hate to phrase it this way, but further the brand, I guess.
Yeah.
Get people out there, get people to know that it exists, get people to, because to this day, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they didn't even know it exists. We've been out there for 50 plus years.
Yeah.
And there's still people that don't know it's out there. So
yeah, it's remarkable. And then you get the types that, I remember when I tried to sell advertising at a radio station one time, went to see a client that was on the list that I'd been given. And he said, no, he says, but says that advertising sure is a funny thing. I said, well, yeah, but in what respect for you? He says, well, 6 years ago, I sponsored Paul Harvey on your show, on your station. Ah, well, nice, he says, and no response. Until last week, some guy comes in, hey, thanks for sponsoring Paul Harvey. That's why I'm here. And it had been 6 years. Mm-hmm. So it's always fun to see what psychology comes out of advertising, no doubt about that. What are you thinking that we still need to do at MCAP?
I think, and we're already in talks about doing stuff. As with anything we talked about earlier, it all comes down to money.
Right.
But there's talk about various improvements to the building, to the theater itself, to the lobby, things of that sort. One thing to kind of throw out there, we do have a piano in the lobby right now that we're looking to get rid of if anybody would like. It's completely free, needs a little bit of TLC, and you'd have to haul it away. But if anybody wants one, feel free to hit us up. So.
There you go. And it's not the biggest of lobbies anyway, so
no,
that would free up a little space.
Yeah, it frees up a little space. Let us do a little bit more, seasonal decoration. Yeah. Production decoration for individual shows, things of that sort. One of the things I'd like to do personally, that with that space, or at least with the space it frees up, is potentially create some sort of a photo background, or some sort of a photo area that people can take pictures at, that's specific to the show. Just kind of enhance that.
Like if you were doing Guys and Dolls, you'd have the gangsters and you could fit in as a gangster.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, what about additional shows? Are there going to be some parties that come in, rent the space?
We're
you'd like to see, or
we're in talks with a couple of theater companies that are going to be potentially doing some stuff in April and May. Nothing completely firm yet, just figuring out details on that. We've got our spring production coming up in March, the end of March. So
they wouldn't interfere with that.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. That's and then we've got kids camp coming up as well.
Right.
Over the summer months, so that's always enjoyable. Hear good things about it. I haven't historically been involved in it, but it's everybody I've talked to has very much enjoyed it. So as a single person without kids, it
not something you necessarily
not necessarily
go to.
Something I go to, or typically involved in. Well, I try and attend the productions as much as I can. But
right.
The actual, not having a kid to have in it, kind of limits my involvement on that.
Very true. Yeah. All right. You now are a second-time guest. Now, the first-time guests always get, when you're not part of the arts and entertainment scene, what do you like to be entertained by? And then if they mention actual art things, then I can also ask a second question of any other hobbies, because most of them start off with their hobbies anyway. Mm-hmm. So you are a second-time guest, which means you get a different question. And since we're just past the new year, are you a resolution or a goal setter?
I would say I'm not a resolution setter. I know that for sure. And goals are a slippery thing for me. I would probably say I'm probably neither, but goal adjacent.
Okay.
Because to me, a goal is something you have, like a firm something to do, whether it's something to do or a date you have to do it by or things of that sort.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's more of a general improvement, I guess.
Okay.
For lack of a better term.
Do you have a general improvement list?
I don't have anything firm for this year. I would probably say my big thing this year would be health.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I've been dealing with some health
True.
issues over the last 6 to 8
Long
months.
time.
So
yeah.
just finally getting those cleared up, or at least getting answers, things of that sort. And then there's the standard ones everybody has, lose weight, get in better shape, yada, 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 so on and so forth. So, nothing too terribly, out of the norm on that front. Last year, and I'll probably carry it over into this year. One of the things that I tried to do on the karaoke side is, I tried to learn at least one new song a month. For the most part, I was successful. There was a couple months where it didn't happen, but just picked a song, tried it, and it just wouldn't fit, and just didn't have enough time to fit something else in there. So,
Yeah. Okay.
So probably carry that over.
Yeah. See, that's what I like about goals versus resolutions. You end up always breaking a resolution and feeling like you failed. Goals can be readjusted. And that's what I like about that. And, then as you're going through that, well, why couldn't I make that goal? Did something happen in life?
Yep.
All those different things that can throw you off track. And that's why I just love a goal. And I've learned how to be more specific about the goal. I did hear this from somebody that was on one of the national talk show, morning shows. And they were questioning him about, setting goals and resolutions. He says, people will say, I want to lose weight. Don't say that. Make a goal of, I want to lose 1 pound a week or something along that line. Or he happens to be a writer and he says, I could easily put down, I want to write more. Says, no, I'm specific about it. I now have to write for 3 hours, 5 days a week. He says, that I can see as attainable. And that's what I've become is, I'll put down the ones, because there's the dreams, obviously, of, X amount of money or X amount of vacations, things along that line, all the places you'd like to go. But then look at them as in terms of, okay, is that a realistic goal? Is it something that no matter what, you want to keep working toward? Or are you making it a very attainable goal so you will, first of all, get it done?
Yeah.
And then secondly, feel good about it. And, that carries over then to other things. And maybe getting that stuff out of the way makes you more at ease at going after some of the more difficult things. And so that's my theory on that as to why I like that so much.
Yeah.
And then there's Jeff Gould. The man is just so incredible. I've said this many times. I don't know if I've ever told him. I've told his wife. The biggest mistake I ever make when Jeff is in the studio here is that I stop recording when he's finished. I should keep recording everything that man says. And because his business acumen, the way his brain thinks to make improvements and so forth, well, he has decided, I think he's been doing it for quite some time, that, your life is a book. Each month is a chapter.
Okay.
Make a title for your chapter, but only a one-word title. Yeah.
It's interesting.
It is. I kind of like it. And I'm sure we will find out more from Jeff the next time he's on. See how the one-word chapters are going and how far his book is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But otherwise, I always like interesting things like that anyway, which is kind of why we hang around you, too. Oh, Graham will know this. Hey, Graham, I'm thinking about getting a new bag for my equipment. Well, here's what I'm thinking you should do. All right, my friend. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being in here. And thanks for taking the time to be on the Dave Holly Hour.
Yeah, glad to be here.
All right, and we will wrap up the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment.
Dr. Perry Langston and Dr. Corey Tooney know excellence is in you. That's why they provide you with excellent care at XO Chiropractic, improving your overall health in spirit, body, mind, and will. Get results the natural way. Arrange a consultation, 605-332-9235 or exokairos.com. Excellent care for excellent people. XO Chiropractic, located at 4309 South Racket Drive in Sioux Falls.
You've never met a meal you didn't like. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Thanks again to my great guests, Adam Goodge and Graham Wilson. Search for previous conversations with them at davehollyhour.com. All 303 episodes can be listened to at any time. Dave Holly Hour is also available on your favorite podcast platform. Thank you all for supporting local arts and for taking the time to download, listen, and share the show. I encourage you to find your art. Find the art you enjoy. Find the art you're interested in trying. And we shall see you in the arts. As the Sioux Falls Arts Council says, together we art. As Art South Dakota says, home is where the art is. As I say, put some art in your heart. Remember, my name is Dave Holly, and for me, every day is a holiday.
The Dave Holly Hour has been brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Chasers Food and Spirits, XL Chiropractic, and Quality Nails. Stay up to date on the show by following on Instagram and Facebook. All episodes available anytime at davehollyhour.com. The Dave Holly Hour is produced in the Dipsy Doodle Studios by Big D Entertainment.
Thanks for listening.